So Elon Musk is now the proud owner of Twitter. At the board, under pressure from the shareholders, which is not really them. They're not really shareholders. They own a little bit of shares. Accepted his $44 billion buyout for the social media company, finally. And I don't know if that was under pressure where you had conservative politicians say we want to see all the emails, the correspondence that's going on between them, because I'm sure there's crazy stuff going on, say we don't want him to buy it. I mean, if it's about the shareholders, and I covered this is the craziness of the story. You ignore all the bullshit and the politicians. He provided an offer. The stock's up 50% since he first started buying shares. It's a great offer for shareholders. For the board not to accept this for political reasons is freaking insane. It's insane. And that damages our entire publicly traded market, which is very dangerous for anyone who buys stocks. All of us are equity owners. Most of you listen to this are equity owners, so I listen to this podcast. That's a big deal when the board is getting a fantastic offer in a market where tech is getting destroyed. Nobody wants tech, higher interest rates, everyone's selling off, offering a massive premium, and they don't want to accept the bid because they're under pressure from the higher-ups and the politicians and shit like that. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it. Makes you not want to own stocks. But Musk said in a tweet, free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy. And Twitter is a digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, feeding the spam, bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Now, as the bid got accepted, which was basically over the weekend, you saw liberal papers come out, and I'm going to get on the conservatives as well, so hear me out. Because Washington Post, right, many on the left trashing the deal, saying how China could have leverage over Elon and what is said on Twitter, since Tesla does a lot of their business in China. It's actually the second biggest market, which I think is funny. So they think like, Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, by far, over $200 billion, is like in cahoots with China because, this way they get more exposure to whatever it is. It's just nonsense. They're also saying you should tax the rich. There's a reason why you need to tax the rich even more. I can't believe they haven't labeled Musk a racist yet. Oh, wait. They actually did do that. The LA Times and MSNBC. The LA Times, it was great. They said that Musk taking over Twitter is the beginning of the end for Black Twitter, right? So I'm quoting them for Black Twitter, saying that Twitter gave millions of Black people a megaphone-like voice to complain about racism. Well, to those people, you still have the platform for that. The only difference is that people will be able to debate you now, right? Without fearing that they'll get thrown off social media platforms. So I can see why you're complaining, because it's nice to have an argument and have no one else complain where you don't care about the facts or anything else, which is fine. Then you look at conservatives and they're super happy. Like they have a platform that supports their agenda now. It's free speech, but again, conservatives want something that's going to support their agenda. That's what it is. It's all about power. All about power. And you're seeing it right now. Everyone's seeing it. It's on full display for both parties to see that the person that you hired that's supposed to represent you does not give a shit about you. They give a shit about themselves. We've seen it through COVID. We're seeing it now, and Twitter's a great example of this. This is an offer, regardless of politics, that should have been taken immediately, and yet they put in a poison pill. Now they have politicians on them. They're going to see all the emails. They're like, okay, whoa, let's just accept this offer. Not because it was good for shareholders, because, we don't want to get into trouble. We don't want to see our emails with liberals or whoever or conservatives, whatever, that are influencing whether we should decide to accept this offer or not. Basically fucking the shareholders, which is great. But you got to love the politics. Like I said last week, it's all bullshit. If you want to get caught up in it, it's fine. Feel free to post your thoughts on Twitter, other social media platforms, even protest in front of Twitter's headquarters, hold up a sign and stay there for 3 days if you want and camp out. That's your choice. That's your choice. As investors, that's why you're listening to this. As investors, if you're trying to provide a better life for your families, investing in stocks and assets, you should be asking yourself, how do I make money off of what's going on with Twitter? Well, how do I make money from all this bullshit, since strong feelings and sentiment, which you're seeing on both sides, usually result in more volatility in certain stocks and sectors that pertain to that particular topic? So for me, when I ask myself that question, here's what I come up with. A little bit different that are they going to hear out there? Social media, from an investment standpoint, is dead. It's dead. I would show up Meta, Snapchat, most social media platforms. Outside TikTok. TikTok's not public, but it's taking business away from everybody. And why am I saying that? Because they're going more legit. That sounds crazy, but hear me out for a minute. Because going more legit is a cool thing for users. Free speech, less bots, authenticating all humans. We all want that. At least most of us want that, right? 10% on the left, 10% on the right. You know, we're not talking about those people who are crazy. But we all want that. We all want more stringent privacy policies in place, which reduce how much these sites could track you, which not long ago, they were able to basically sit on your couch in your living room and watch everything every family member did when they were going to do it. I mean, it was insane, which they had access to. Everything, because you had your phone on you, track you, every single thing in those privacy, they monitor anything. Well, it's not the case anymore after Apple updated its privacy policies. And despite how much power these social media companies have, it's all through an app, which Apple basically controls. And yes, Google has some control, but not as much as Apple. Just more than 50% of the U.S. population have an iPhone. Not only that, those who do have an iPhone make more than $80,000 a year, according to ComScore, which is a 40% increase. That's 40% higher than the median income in the U.S. In short, these are the people companies love to advertise to. They have a lot of money, and they buy a lot of shit. So these new restrictions that Apple put in place resulted in much lower return on ad spend, since companies weren't able to track every single thing people were doing every minute of the day. No, you weren't allowed to do that anymore. So now companies are like, wow, I was spending $1 million and I was making a fortune off of this thing. Maybe by day 30, I was making 80%, 90%, which means scale the shit out of it, because long-term, those numbers are even higher. These things we do with all internet businesses and all advertising. Your return on ad spend. Now it's taken away, and what happens? You see Facebook warn the numbers are terrible, and many others who rely on ad revenue from their apps reported significantly decline in revenue. So again, free speech, less bots, making sure there are fewer fake accounts promoting agenda, and less tracking, all cool things for us, for people who use the platform.